I'm Rob Shields, and this is Peace Talks, the podcast that covers everything to do with competitive jigsaw puzzling. The 2025 World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship took place over 7 days in Valladolid, Spain. When beacon of the puzzling community, E.B. Caron and I decided to follow up with a couple of past guests, we thought we'd be able to string together a few short interviews into a single wrap-up episode. Unfortunately, short interview is something we are apparently not capable of. So, rather than giving you one 5-hour episode, we're releasing many of our conversations as their own episodes as fast as I can put them together. I hope you enjoy. Alejandro Clemente León told us that placing 8th last year was going to take all the pressure off this year. So, we checked in with him to see if that ended up being true. Alejandro, welcome back to Peace Talks.
Thank you, Rob. A pleasure to be here again.
The listeners at home don't know this, but you've made time at 2 a.m. your time, which I think makes for a crazy person, but I super appreciate you being willing to have a conversation with EB and myself so late.
It's a pleasure. Nothing new for me. I'm used to spend hours during the morning working or doing other stuff.
We wanted to touch base on a few things that we started the conversation around before Worlds, and then just kind of generally check in on your Worlds experience. So the first thing I feel like I got to ask is, you were going in for surgery just before we talked, and you were thinking that that might force you to have some puzzle study time. How did that end up going?
Pretty well, I believe. It gives me the opportunity to stay at home, to relax. For sure, I missed a lot doing the sport. It's something that has been part of my life during these last years. And I miss a lot playing football, playing paddle, being able to run or something like that. I'm used to schedule my free time to have a sport, to have puzzles, to have a social life with my girlfriend and family. And in this sense, I feel a little sad not being able to play sports. But on the puzzle point of view, I believe it helped me a lot to be at home. I take puzzles for relax and enjoy them. And was a possibility to train for Worlds, which I believe it has been really positive.
Speaking of really positive, one of the things that you had talked about coming into Worlds was how your sort of where you ended up last year freed up your expectations for this year. And I wanted to see, like, as you were coming into Worlds, did you still find that to be true? Were you still relieved of the burden of expectation when you arrived at Worlds?
Totally. I believe I have enjoyed a lot this World Championship. Nothing compared to the previous year, where I had all this, all this extra weight that I put on myself due to the previous years. And looking the performance I have this year, I can say without a doubt that I have maintained my level doing puzzles compared to the previous years. The only thing is that there are new puzzles and other ones that have trained and have improved a lot. And that's the reason why I have obtained this position, which more or less is the same that the ones I obtained previous year.
You finished first in your first individual heat and second in the semis. Did that bring back any concerns of yours about pressure for expectations, or were you really able to just be like, no, I'm having a great time?
Yeah, honestly, I finished the puzzle in first round with more or less the same time I did on 2 years ago. So that's the reason what I say, okay, I'm on the level, so I'm on the same level that in 2023. And of course, I knew that with this level, maybe it was not enough to beat puzzles like Katy, Victor, Veronica, which has improved a lot, and they have demonstrated in this championship. But after semifinals, I was really happy to be able to finish in second place, next to Katy, only with 30 seconds, 1 minute difference. So I was really happy. And yeah, I feel total relaxed, and I enjoyed all the puzzles that we had at Worlds.
That round was so exciting for me to watch. It reminded me of the 2023 Worlds where you had in your prelim round with Katy, where you both had
The pizza, the tower pizza, yeah.
yeah, that like I remember that one being so exciting to watch on the, big screen in the dome, and this one was really exciting to watch at home too.
Yeah, honestly, when I was finishing, so when I had like 20, 30 pieces remaining, that maybe were the pieces that Katy at that moment finished the puzzle, I was really happy because I didn't hear any clap, and knowing that I'm still only 20 pieces and I'm on the road to be maybe not the winner, but on the top, made me feel really happy. And I told to my parents that after the semifinals, I feel pretty well with a level that give me the impression that, well, maybe I cannot win, but I can do some battle and and try to see what we will have in the final.
I'm curious what you thought of the puzzle selection in the heats rounds. There was a rectangle and a circle for all of them. A lot of puzzles we've seen before. I'm curious as to whether you had any thoughts about, the first round experience.
It's true that I have talked with so much people, and the main opinion, and that's also myself, is that it's not uh, pretty good that for the World Championship, the puzzles that they use in first round are puzzles that have appeared on previous contests, because that gives a lot of advantage for people that maybe has practiced and has participated in previous championships. That was my case, honestly, because I had the two puzzles that I had in 2023. So in quarterfinals, I had the puzzle that Evie remembers, that the battle with Katy, with the pizza. And then on semifinals, I have the circle ones with the colors and fishes. So for me, it was really easy because I remember that in that championship, I did better the first one. And that's the reason why I chose the rectangular ones and not the circular ones. Maybe for people that only did one of them, that's a disadvantage because they could not compare. So yeah, I have some feelings that I believe that in this sense it should not be repeated again, and try to put, if not new puzzles, that maybe it's complicated to have all unreleased puzzles for all previous rounds. At least try to find puzzles that maybe have not been used in previous championships, or at least at world championships.
What did you think about the option of having two puzzles and choosing one for individuals?
Really interesting. I believe it gives you some extra pressure, because during the assembling process, I thought a lot that maybe I choose the wrong puzzle. But I believe it's interesting. Yeah, in this sense, it gives this extra possibility to enjoy more the contest inside and maybe outside too, to be able to see the performance of two great puzzles that maybe are doing the opposite puzzle, and see how each one does. So in this sense, I really enjoy it. And why not? Maybe for the finals, it should also be interesting to have, maybe not to choose, but to have the possibility to do two puzzles at the same time, and give this possibility that maybe we comment in the talk that we had, Rob, that it should be better for the competitions to select and define who is the best and the champions, to show the performance when you battle against two different puzzles that maybe can be one with a lot of details and another one that could be totally different.
Yeah, we saw that with the teams, right? Where the puzzle selections were pretty different, and so they brought up a very different set of skills, which was nice.
Exactly.
It was nice to be able to see, okay, well, here's a landscape, and some people are going to be great at landscapes, and here's a very much not a landscape. But so then that would probably mean that somebody in the individuals, we'd be looking at 1,000 total pieces.
I believe the people that arrive to the final, individuals in goals, have a great level. So it should not be a problem to try to do nil pieces divided into puzzles of 500. and see how it works. I believe it can be totally positive for the competition.
That sounds exciting. I'd watch it.
What did you think of the unreleased puzzles in the individuals? So we had the Eiffel Tower, and then we had the puzzle community.
I like all these unreleased puzzles that we have, to be honest. The ones on the finals was really a good choice because I believe it had this maybe it was not an easy puzzle that maybe looking Victor's performance, for example, could be finished below 30 minutes, which I believe it could lead to problems due to the retransmission, trying to see a lot of puzzles doing a puzzle with so small difference. So was really well selected. And yeah, it made sense. I really enjoyed doing that puzzle. And the other ones from semifinals, in my case, I have only, well, no, I did the ones of the top Eiffel that I had in the semifinals with Katy. And I did the ones that was like the image with all these like emojis. This was so fun to do it. But it's true that, and in this sense, I believe that in USA, the winner, if I'm not wrong, was from USA, and she did it
Right, Emma.
amazingly. Yeah, Emma, and it demonstrates how a puzzle can put the difference. So here we had
sure.
the clear example of how the definition of the puzzle can select the winner, because I believe in this round Veronica finished second place,
Right.
and she was the one that finally was the champions. Totally deserved, to be honest. I'm really happy for her because previous year she was second. So it seems like the second one is going to the first position in the next round. And that's beautiful because I believe finishing second always makes you can be happy, but at the same time you can be so sad to say for a small difference I have not win the championship.
Yeah, so we should expect Victor next year.
It should be Victor Gatti, because in this sense, it's true that both of them finish in second and third place with 5 seconds difference. So
Yeah.
it's nothing. So I will be really happy if one of them is next champion.
Me too.
I'm curious about the pairs side of things. There was the final image was leaked. Do you have any thoughts when you heard that it was leaked?
Honestly, I believe that my opinion was my feelings that they should have changed the image. So I had in mind that in previous years something like that happened. So they had some problems with the puzzle in the finals for the pairs, and they changed for one of the teams. And I thought that it could be the same this year. But after seeing that a lot of people were, and that's pretty well that people start sharing the image in social media to try to all of the participants have the opportunity to see the image, I realized that we had really possibilities to have the image in the finals. So I talked with Gisela. I tried to analyze a little bit the image and trying to split the work. But it's true, and that happens always, or in most of the cases, that when you open the box and you have all the pieces in top of the table, everything that you had in mind that you can split, and that, it seems so easy to say you will do this girl, and I will do all these details and all these blues. And also, for example, I did like the title that appears on the top of the figure, that on the image I thought that it would be really easy to select the pieces. When all the pieces were above the table, I was not able to to find all of them. So yeah, it gives this tricky position. But Yeah, it's negative for the competition that the image is leaked, but at the same time, it's good that we all have the possibility to know the image and we play all with all the same advantages. So in this sense, nothing to regret. I believe that we did pretty well, finishing in fifth place. Yeah, close to the top pairs that finish better.
It's funny, I talked to a number of different pairs who said the same thing you did, which is that they did a lot of planning and then they opened the box and they had to do planning all over again.
Yeah, that's true. It happens a lot.
Would have been interesting, like seeing the landscape in pairs. Like 3 years ago, there was cherry blossoms, as Mount Fuji cherry blossoms was the Paris puzzle. But since then, it has been very colorful. We haven't seen we haven't seen too many landscapes in finals really since 2023, like any rounds.
Yeah, it seems like they are doing some like bespoke imagery illustration for the final rounds to kind of make them special. So I suspect it's harder to do that with a landscape. It's an interesting question, though. Alejandro, do you feel like is the illustration as a final puzzle biasing it in any particular way that they ought to mix it up from time to time?
Yeah, I believe it can be. So illustrations, it's also a particular type of puzzle that maybe a lot of people can perform better than other ones. Honestly, I'm happy with the illustrations when they don't have a lot of details, and I don't have to look a lot on the on the box. But yeah, after the landscapes, I'm really happy with illustrations pictures. I have this facility to look the colors and find the colors with lot regions and also with small details. And in this sense, I'm fine with them. But yeah, if they keep doing this, so they keep putting illustrations for the finals, I believe it will arrive to a point that almost everyone will train with this type of images and try to analyze this kind of puzzles. And that's what I thought. So we arrive at the same point that maybe we can see the champion doing illustration, but not the ones that has the best performance in any kind of puzzle.
You were involved in the team's round C, which had exciting weather going on during that round.
Yeah.
Did your team notice it? I talked to several teams and they were like, yeah, there was stuff going on. We didn't really pay any attention. How was that like with your team?
Of course, we were happy because honestly, we were hearing all the rain and all this kind of stuff. And after previous days with so much hot and the weather that was so awful with high temperatures, we were really happy to have some training. But it's true that we had no idea that the consequences of the problems that people had with some water falling in the middle of some tables, with the TV screen that was outside of the dome that fall. So yeah, we enjoyed it when we were doing the puzzles, but after that we realized that was more problematic that on that other hand. So a little sad for the people that had these problems with the weather and the water.
And you guys didn't have any trouble communicating with each other? Because at some point it was really hard to hear other people talk during when the hail was hitting the dome.
Yeah, in our case was not the problem. Honestly, yeah, we scream a little bit more, but we were able to keep puzzling with not with not more consequences. So yeah, we really enjoyed that previous round.
I'm curious as to whether there were any standout moments for you for this competition, like things that you will take away and remember.
Of course, like these past years, it shocks me a lot, all the people that came next to me to take a photo, to ask me for sign the puzzle. That's something that it's really beautiful, and that's the main reason why my parents came with me. Honestly, I believe that we have surpassed the competition level, so they don't come with me only to see me doing the puzzles and try to see if I'm able to win the championship again. They come because they really love to see me sharing moments with people and talk with people. And yeah, I have another beautiful moment that is that the Australian Association gave t-shirts, personalized t-shirts with my name for me and my mom. They gave me 3 t-shirts, 2 with my name and 1 for my mom. My dad was really jealous, so he took one of my t-shirts, and honestly, the first thing he did when we arrived at the hotel was trying to put my t-shirt, and when he realized that the t-shirt suits him, he was really happy, and he told me, "You can obligate about this t-shirt because it's mine." And he asked for a photo for the Sunday. So last day he has a photo with all Australian members, and we have a photo with all the Australian participants, and me and my parents with the t-shirt. So everyone with the Australian t-shirt, and that's also so beautiful. Another thing is that Evie knows that although there are people that were not able to be there this year, we feel the support. So with social media, with a lot of messages, my mom miss Evie a lot, and Evie sent me and put some beautiful images on Instagram, and my mom sent her a voice message, and she was really happy. So that's also these beautiful moments that we know that only happens during Worlds on this type of competitions, but it really makes me so happy to see my mom enjoying all these kind of things, because she doesn't know English, so she cannot speak English. And my dad also trying to talk with you, Rob, about the LeBron James. These kind of things makes me really happy. So that my parents try to speak and share time with people from other countries like you, Rob, like you, Evie. I cannot explain with words what it means for me, but it means a lot, because yeah, it's not only that they, as I told you, that they support me. It's like they really enjoy to be in this loop of puzzles community and share time with all of you.
I love that they are very likely extremely proud of you, but you sound like you're very proud of them as well.
Honestly, for me, they mean the world. So maybe because I'm alone, so I have not brothers. I don't have to share them with anyone. But yeah, I'm 29 years old, almost 30 years old, so I'm an adult. I should not have problems to travel alone. Well, to be honest, I travel a lot, so many times to work. So I've been in so many countries these past years. But they love to come with me, and I really love to be with them. So in this sense, puzzles have given me more than trophies and prizes and world championships and cups. So that's that's something that I will not be able to say them. They asked me for a puzzle, for my own puzzle, that if I could sign my puzzle for them. What I can say? So that's really beautiful.
How did puzzle sales go? The US WhatsApp chatter was often about where can I go find Alejandro's puzzles. So I know that there was a lot of demand for it. Every time I saw puzzles or your puzzles out. There seem to be people clamoring to get them. How did the sales go?
Pretty well. Honestly, I had my doubts if this second design people will like or not, because maybe the first one is always the novelty. So first time that Alejandro make the puzzle, why not? Let's see. Let's try to give him a chance. I believe we asked for 500 or 600 of my design puzzles. Almost half of them were brought to the World Championship, and we sold out all the units that we had in the walls. So yeah, I'm really happy. I have so much messages about people that told me that they really love the image, and they asking me for the spring and winter puzzles. So yeah, it gives me this power and energy to keep trying to do these puzzles when I can find time. And
Are the puzzles going to be available? I think we talked about this before. Are the puzzles going to be available for people to purchase outside of Spain?
it's our intention. We are working on that. It's difficult. Of course, people can take the puzzles in any country of Europe, because Puzzle Cultura, Ramon, who is the one that has the online shop, can solve the puzzles to European countries. But we would like to be able to send the puzzles to USA. We are working on that, so maybe try to find someone that maybe we can send 100 or 200 units, because sending only one box can be difficult. And also other countries like Mexico and Colombia, they have same problem. So they have asked us to try to give some amount of puzzles, and they can solve and sell them in these countries. I hope that in next months we will share information about that and how people can try to obtain the puzzles from different countries.
And remind us where folks in Europe can go to order puzzles.
Yes, it's Puzzle Cultura. So it's Puzzle, Culture. This is a website where you can find all the puzzles. It's only this website for the moment. I don't know if we put the puzzles on Amazon. I'm not sure now if they still in there, but yeah, in some time we put them. That's for the moment the only possibility to take the puzzles from other countries.
Last question I have for you is, what's next? Are you taking some time off? Are you from puzzling? Are you off to other competitions? What's next for you?
Next competitions, I'm really happy with them because we'll be in marathons. So I have a 10 hours marathon in Munich in November, which I will team with Giselle, Rafa, and Laura, so the same team from the World Championship. Also, I have a 24 hours marathon in Hanout, so in Belgium at the end of October. So yeah, I'm not looking now because I have not so much time for weekends for the 500 person individual competition. I will focus on this kind of big events that I really enjoyed, doing big puzzles with so much people, sharing the table with different members, and always have love and fun doing them.
Well, Alejandro, it has been a delight. I love the joy and love that you bring every time we talk. And I've heard from people who listened to the last episode that it really comes through. So many people just were filled with joy and hearing you talk about how you approach puzzling and your attitude towards it. It's one thing to be a champion, and in your case, a two-time champion. It is a whole other thing to be an amazing human being, and I appreciate you doing both of those things and spending some time with us. Could you remind us where people can follow you so that they can continue to get this joy and love that you exude?
Yeah, please follow me in Instagram. I'm not used to my Instagram account. It's all puzzles. It's true that I have not spent so much time these last years on Instagram, but I'm trying to find time.
You got puzzles
And
to promote.
Yeah, I really hope that if things go well and I finish some university things, maybe not this year, but in 2026, I would like to share a lot of content about puzzles on my Instagram account. And yeah, I'm really happy that people follows me and send me a message for any reason. So that's my only social network, and I will try to be as close as possible to it and look of possible messages and share my content.
Well, Alejandro Clemente León, thank you again for spending some time with us. I look forward to talking to you sometime in the future.
Thank you so much, Rob, Evie.
Hugs to your mom.
Thanks for listening to Peace Talks. You can follow the podcast on Instagram at peace_talks, and you can send email to peacetalkscast@gmail.com.